time to begin centering this mouse on top of another mouse that I can just barely see on that computer screen, on top of another computer screen, on top of another computer screen, and do it several times over. And you just try to leap over it, I guess. But let's begin this game now. The Stanley Parable. It's been around for a while, and it was requested to me some time back, but I only get the chance to play it now. This is going to be a blind run, as was actually suggested to me. So, let's try it blind. Maybe let's try closing my eyes. But no, it's not going to be that kind of blind run. Although we'll see how that would go. Actually, no, we won't see how that would go. Not like we'd be able to see it anyway. I'm gonna play along, gotta close your eyes. But no, I'm not gonna ask you to close your eyes. I'm just gonna begin the game now. The end is never. It is never the end. But is it the end of my browser? I wouldn't think so. Okay, there we go. I thought that was just the game acting up on me, but that's really just my computer getting a little weird. Even though it is the new one.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so I guess we're going to step out of the office. We got to take control now. Gotta use both controls. Yeah, I can use my control stick again, but not the D-pad. I can use the camera stick, though. This is going to be a bit interesting to control. Gotta see what to do. Search everywhere we can. I'm going to try and follow the story here.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright then. Choose to follow along for now. At least this is only the first video. I want to try to follow along. If I mess this up, well, don't blame me. Okay, fine. Go ahead and blame me. Where is the meeting room? Anywhere here? Get kind of dizzy with all this camera movement and separate controls for both. I was actually thinking that it's going to be a single control stick for changing which direction I'm looking and which way I'm moving. So I guess moving backwards, there could be some purpose for that. Meeting room. Still looking for it. I do not know my way around this place. Just a new
When
office.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright. I will enter the door on my left. Again, curiosity, though. I will go back, see what I can do. Like, if I enter the door on the right,
Yet
if anything's
there
going
was
to
not a
happen.
single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Oh, can't go back. Very well, then. I could try opening the door if I wanted, but no. I'm just going to go through this one. We will see. We will see. We could try entering the broom closet if we want, but... Yep.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
So, yeah, I will go ahead. Now,
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
hey. Let's try rocking up backwards, since we can do that. All the things we can do. Thought we would get scolded for that, actually, but no, no. It's gonna be nice to us. Which way is the office, then? Here? Got anything? Probably tell me if I'm making a mistake then, since we had that other message, noticing there was nothing in the broom closet. Is this...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But
Okay.
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. I don't know if I am going to remember that. Maybe I will need to type it down. The door is closed again, so... I guess we don't have to go too far.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Okay. Can we do this? No.
2845.
Okay. We'll try this. Which one is 2845? No. That's not gonna work.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. So, gotta use the camera then. 28. Okay. That's what the dot's for. That's what's gonna happen. So now, 2845. This one works. Any override now? Are you gonna have anything? Where to? I'm trying to follow along here. Emergency override. What is it? I am really confused now. Is there a button somewhere? Come on. 2845. Already forgotten, I guess. Well, let's just go here and see what we can do. This is probably where we go. Nothing here, I would assume. Nothing. Alright, let's back in. Now what? Down? Want to go down. Something could happen. No, nothing is gonna happen. Then what do we do? How do we close the door here? I guess we don't. Well, this is gonna be fun. This is going to be... It's something. Okay. Don't remember which button I pressed, but at least I know that I could press one. So, down we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. And the loading screen will keep doing that, I bet. So, what are we going to have next?
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Very well. So, I guess, yeah, we'll pause the game now, and we will continue next time. See what we can do next. See if we can break some of the rules.